All right, well, good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here today. My name is Matt Peterson. I am the Mayor Eric Garcetti's Chief Sustainability Officer for the City of Los Angeles. It's an honor to be able to represent the Mayor here today at this very important and what we feel is an auspicious moment in the future of Los Angeles and the state of California. For a long time, Mayor Garcetti has been concerned as a member of the City Council and now Mayor about the effects of climate change, not only our need to reduce greenhouse gas emissions as a city, the second largest city in America, but to help our most disadvantaged communities to be part of solving these challenges that face our community, and more importantly, to benefit from the cap and trade resources that Senator De León has championed to be able to make sure they go to our most needy communities, the ones that have the biggest impact from air quality and related impacts from climate change. So today, I'm going to be honored to introduce a real leader here in a minute, Mary Nichols, chair of the California Air Resources Board, who's also been a champion along with Senator Kevin De León to make sure we include all of our communities in the solutions to climate change. But before we do so, let me just say a couple things on behalf of Mayor Garcetti. Number one, he released our Sustainable City Plan in April. It's a far-reaching, comprehensive, strategic vision, not just for the next 2 years, but for the next 20 years of how we transform Los Angeles' environment, equity, and economy. And this program today embodies that commitment to all three priorities and how they can work together. We can reduce people's time they need to travel to a doctor's appointment, or if they need to run an errand that requires a car, they don't have to spend 3 hours on the bus to get there. They can take advantage of this incredibly important EV car sharing program to meet their needs if they don't own a car or they need a second car to transport a senior or a kid to a doctor's appointment. This is an opportunity to improve our neighborhoods that suffer the most from air pollution and other challenges by delivering this program into the top 10% of the Cal Envirus Green neighborhoods that we've worked together with our community partners to select. And this also obviously provides environmental benefits. 80 of the 100 cars will have to be electric or plug-in hybrids or better, and the rest will be certainly clean hybrid vehicles. This is part of reducing air pollution and helping our neighborhoods improve and benefit from the investment in our disadvantaged communities. You know, our office and the mayor's office, the sustainability team, Susanna Reyes, Jenna Lee Obergfell, the rest of our staff that are here today, worked really hard to put this application together. But it was a partnership with the community partners behind me and the neighbors that are part of this program to be able to win the grant dollars. Now we've been awarded. The process will be the City Council will have to accept the grant, and we'll begin work immediately after that to implement the program by selecting an operator who responds to requests for qualifications and gets into the implementation of the program. But this grant that's been awarded and City of Los Angeles has been selected for is really important and for all the reasons we've talked about. But it's also going to leverage $8 million in investment into our neighborhoods from city resources, from our Department of Transportation, represented here today by our General Manager, Salita Reynolds, by our Housing and Community Development Department, by our Department of Water and Power that's here represented. They're going to be investing in EV infrastructure. We're going to partner with housing to identify locations in the neighborhoods that we've selected that meet the criteria of the program. And this is also going to prove that these cap and trade dollars are being put to work to benefit all of Angelenos and all of Californians, and that's so critically important. One other note that a great majority of our neighborhoods are going to be in the Promise Zone. It's something that's important. It's another cross-cutting opportunity for us to deliver results and identify resources in the future that can leverage the success of this program. We hope this is just the beginning. 4 neighborhoods is a great start. 100 vehicles is a fantastic beginning, but we want to see this program expand across the city into other neighborhoods that meet the Cal Envirus Green requirements of our initial target of 10% top scoring neighborhoods, but certainly the top 25 is which is what SB 535 that De León championed in the state Senate made sure those cap and trade dollars go to those 25% most disadvantaged neighborhoods. And as a quick aside, I got a little more airtime because the senator is running a little late, when I ran an organization called Global Green, I worked with many of these nonprofits and Mary Nichols and Senator Pavley to make sure we got an AB 32, a community empowerment amendment. And that started with an equity study we did with support from the Ford Foundation. And we also then worked with Senator De Leon, then Assembly member, to sponsor AB 535 that became SB 35, and groups like Coalition for Clean Air and environmental justice organizations championed and sponsored that legislation the final years to get it to the finish line. So it's been a personal journey and victory for me here today too, but certainly on behalf of Mayor Eric Garcetti. Couple quick details. We estimate we'll get 7,000 new EV drivers because of this program, people who've never driven an electric vehicle. How do we help, as Senator De Leon often says, electric vehicles speak Spanish? How do we help people get in these cars that would otherwise not necessarily be able to drive one? And as manufacturers such as General Motors and Nissan and others begin to offer more affordable options with longer range, and again, Senator De Leon's leadership to allow bundling of the different benefits so low-income families can put the different resources together to be able to turn in their old polluting car and get an electric vehicle. This is an incredible opportunity. We'll have 110 level 2 charging units on off-street and on-street locations. We'll avoid the purchase of 1,000 private internal combustion engine vehicles, reducing an estimated 2,150 tons of carbon dioxide. Again, Mayor Garcetti is deeply committed to this program, to electric vehicles. We're working on increasing the amount of EVs in our city fleet as we put forth goals in the Sustainable City Plan, and we'll deliver benefits across all of Los Angeles for all Angelinos as we work to strengthen our economy, our environment, and improve equity in every part of this great city. Now it's my honor and privilege to introduce the chairwoman of the California Air Resources Board, a real champion, Mary Nichols.
It's so great to be in a city that has a chief sustainability officer. Wow, what a great job you have, especially here in LA. I'm here as part of the celebration of the awarding of the grant money from the state's Cap and Trade Fund to the City of Los Angeles. There was a competition, and the City of Los Angeles's application came out on top for the simple reason that it was the best. They won it fair and square. And what this means is, as Matt Peterson just told you, we're starting off with a pilot program here that is intended to be the seed for something much larger. So we at the Air Resources Board celebrate every electric vehicle that's sold in California, because every EV is contributing to cleaning up our air. And by the way, on a hot day like today, I want to point out one of the things about electric vehicles that not everybody realizes, which is that because they don't have a gasoline engine that burns anything, they're very cool. And literally cool. I mean, my little blue EV over there is very cool, but it also doesn't take very much power to keep it running very cool. So a nice feature, in addition to being quiet and good looking and powerful and all of that, is that they are also cool cars, literally. So this is a program that we are very deeply attached to. We owe a great debt to Senator De Leon for his sponsorship and his insistence that money be included in the budget every step of the way to fund activities that take place in our most disadvantaged parts of the state, and to make sure that electric vehicles, while we love the beautiful, glamorous, expensive ones, also become more available to ordinary people. And so it's really just a great privilege for me and pleasure to be here in a neighborhood that certainly would be classified as crowded, congested, as full of people who are not in the market for Teslas, but who are going to have an opportunity very soon to be driving electric vehicles as part of this pioneering ride-sharing program. And again, the more people see electric vehicles out there on the road, the more they are likely to ask about them, to seek them out. There's a whole new market emerging for used electric vehicles. So this is going to take over our state, and when it does, it's going to make our air better, and it's also going to help us with balancing our electricity load. Everything about this is really good. I also want to call out the groups that are here today representing the Charge Ahead Coalition, because this is a group that really took a leadership role in the legislature and with the governor in insisting that we don't just make pronouncements about our goals for electric vehicles, but we actually put our muscle behind making it happen, including the budget. So it's really a terrific partnership that has developed here. With that, I would like to turn over the mic to Michelle Kinman, who is here representing the Charge Ahead campaign. Michelle.
Thank you, Chairwoman. My name is Michelle Kinman with Environment California, and I am so proud to have partnered with the Coalition for Clean Air, Communities for a Better Environment, the Green Lining Institute, and the Natural Resources Defense Council to create the Charge Ahead California campaign about 2 years ago. This campaign is all about putting 1 million electric cars, trucks, and buses on California's roads by 2023 and ensuring that the benefits of electric vehicles are experienced by the communities hardest hit by air pollution, low-income communities of color. And thanks to the leadership of Senator De León, who authored SB 1275, the Charge Ahead California initiative, as well as Chairwoman Nichols and Governor Brown, and thanks to the support of the City of Los Angeles and over 50 diverse organizations and businesses, some of which I see here today, the American Lung Association and Environmental Defense Fund I see here. Those goals are now the law in California and will soon be our shared reality. This pioneering car sharing program will allow low-income Angelinos to have more options to get from point A to point B, all while cleaning up our air, improving public health, and protecting our climate. It's going to take a lot of hard work, but I am optimistic that this is a moment in time that historians will look back on and say is one of the real first tipping points of the clean vehicle revolution. If Los Angeles, which is of course known worldwide for its car culture, can increase access to electric vehicles for all of its residents in a really significant way, then I think we're really one giant step closer towards ending our reliance on the dirty transportation that has been polluting the health of our communities and our planet for far too long. So this is a very exciting day for Los Angeles and even beyond Los Angeles, I think, for the city, for the state, and I hope for other cities across the country. So thank you all for your hard work and congratulations to the City of Los Angeles. With that, it is my pleasure to introduce Sharon Fagan of the Shared Use Mobility Center.
Thank you. The Shared Use Mobility Center works in the public interest to connect shared transportation, car sharing, bike sharing, ride sharing with public transportation and to foster collaboration, extend the benefits of shared mobility to all neighborhoods. So we're really excited to be part of this project, which we believe represents an unprecedented public investment in shared mobility. We're equally excited about the potential to leverage private investment from car share operators who are ready to partner in this social enterprise. So thank you to Mayor Garcetti, Senator De León, and to Mary Nichols and the California Air Resources Board for your leadership in making this project possible. And thank you also to all the community partners who are going to be leading the hard work of implementation of this project. As the former CEO of iGo Car Sharing in Chicago, which served a diverse set of neighborhoods, I witnessed the benefits of car sharing firsthand. And I want to say that it really, truly did make a difference. Access to medical appointments, to job interviews, groceries, and it also saved people a lot of money. The numbers from our program were $48 million coming back into local neighborhoods from the savings from the car sharing program, as well as 25,000 metric tons of CO2 emissions saved each year, and that was without electric cars. So we're even moving further. And as impressive as our program was, I think what's going to happen here, the implications for LA are even greater. This pilot project, I would just want you to all know, this is really unique. No city before has devoted this level of resources to combining expansion of car sharing, EV infrastructure, and shared mobility in diverse neighborhoods. So the rest of the country is going to be watching what happens here. This will be a model. It's LA leading by example. That was the name of the proposal, and that's what I think is going to happen here. So we're going to take what we've learned, and we're going to provide all the help we can. We know there are going to be a lot of challenges ahead from the operations, logistics, all kinds of things, but with the partners here, I think there truly is the possibility to make this a fantastic program. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. My name is Sandra McNeil. I'm Executive Director of Trust South LA, a community-held land trust that builds grassroots leadership in areas of housing and transportation. While shared use mobility services across the country have been expanding, they have not been reaching low-income households that could benefit most. Electric vehicles mean cutting back on carbon emissions, and when deployed in disadvantaged communities, that could reduce chronic diseases like asthma and cancer. And importantly, access to car share can mean saving money. A San Francisco car share program reported savings of $8,400 a year for their car share members, and other research has shown car share creating savings of $150 to over $400 a month for car share members. A family can decide to postpone the purchase of a vehicle or to sell one off. Access to electric vehicles also means that family budgets are protected from spikes in gas prices. In Los Angeles, a city of renters that now has the nation's most unaffordable housing costs, where tenants spend an average of 47% of their paychecks on rent, these savings will transform lives, increase stability, and create opportunity. Perhaps most importantly, this program will connect low-income commuters to existing and new rail lines in Los Angeles, countering the displacement pressures that often accompany transit investment in low-income communities. Trust South LA has been pleased to partner with other community-based organizations facing similar challenges, including East Los Angeles Community Corporation, Little Tokyo Service Center, PATH, LA Mas, Communities for a Better Environment, and the Korean Immigrant Workers Alliance to advance this program. And we appreciate the expert support of Enterprise Community Partners, Move LA, National Resources Defense Council, and the Shared Use Mobility Center, who first worked with us to develop the idea, invited discussion at last year's Live, Ride, Share conference, and are now assisting us in forming a steering committee for this initiative. Community-based organizations will play a critical role in outreach and operations of this low-income car share program. We'll spread the word, speaking the community's language as we educate about electrical vehicles. We'll offer an intimate understanding of our community's specific mobility needs so that car share becomes part of an integrated system that includes walking, biking, and public transit use. We'll assist in structuring membership terms and payment systems that work for unbanked people who have limited access to credit, and we can provide hands-on support with reservations and payment, especially for those without internet service or smartphones. We'll support the operator in identifying ideal locations for car share parking and EV parking stations in apartment buildings like this beautiful affordable housing development, and in commercial districts and near parks and community centers. We also very much appreciate the leadership of Senator de León, the work of the Charge Ahead Coalition and the Air Resources Board, and the commitment of the City of LA to bringing the opportunity of electric vehicle car share to our neighborhoods. This wraps up the formal portion of our press conference.